the easiest topic of approaches and methods in English language teaching. And you see that the two human-like shape, actually they are the second language learner. They are doing something. Actually, it's a kind of game. Yeah, it's a kind of activity. Actually, you see, that is that someone is doing something. Someone is doing some works. That means he or she is trying to get the puzzle in. They are trying to get the picture in. Yeah. Suppose the matching. They are trying to match a shape. Okay, it's a kind of activity. Okay, and also you see over here. So nowadays we have been so much busy, and every day we are going to be a Z person. So as time flies very fast, you will have so many involvement every day, and for this reason many persons have the habits of doing the to-do list. That means in your Samsung phone notepad you can write to-do list. That means what you are supposed to do in the next time. Look here, it's not clear, but to-do list, naturally what you will be doing in the next day. Suppose you have to sit for the examination, you have to do something, you have to talk to the supervisor, you have to talk to the teachers, you have to talk to your friends, and you have to attend a social party or something else. That is the do list. That's done over here, and also it's a kind of action also, and also it's a kind of task as well. Okay, here in this picture you see the same kind of activities, and according to the appearance we may conjecture, we may imagine that the two persons are on map. Okay, that means they are trying to go somewhere else. Okay, they are inside, and according to their appearance, you can assume that they are the tourists and they are trying to get to some places. Okay, so they are in a position and they want to go in a fixed destination. So they are supposed to do our work. And again, we see over here. Okay, so in case of adult language learners, the adult language learners will not always be from same language. They will be from different language. Okay. So look here, on top of the pictures you see that the symbol of several kinds. That means these learners are from different linguistic background. Here in this class, it is a homogeneous class. That means all are from Bangla speaking countries. So your first language is Bangla. But in case of the second language learner, in case of L2 learners, an approach or a method is proposed targeting the language, targeting the people of all languages. Okay. So whenever a method or an approach is proposed that is targeted to the language, to the people of all languages. Okay. So the one thing is common over here. Again, we see over here. So if you want to learn driving, is it? And then there will be an instructor. You see in the left portion of the car, the driving behind the steering wheel, there is a person. He is supposed to be the learner. And the right hand side, she is the instructor. Okay. So here they are doing something. Doing something, that means they are learning. One person is learning driving, and another person is giving instruction to the learner driver. Okay, so they are also doing some action. So from the very beginning to the up, here every kind of activities, that means they are doing some works, and that work in case of second language learning term, it is called they are doing some task, and they are learning something, and they are doing some task, and in the task they are communicating in the target language. Keeping this these two persons, actually Willis, proposed that there is a method. That method is called TBLT, task-based language teaching. That means you will be doing a task and you will be learning or completing a task in your target language. In the picture we have seen, that means the driver is learning driving, but the instructor is showing or giving instruction in the target language. Okay, so he is doing learning driving, at the same time he is getting instruction in target language. So that is the completion. Here also they are going somewhere else and they are supposed to complete a task. What is the task? They want to reach in a destination, and in that destination he or she may ask some question to somewhere else, that how may I get to that point. Okay, so someone may ask to some other person that how may I get to that person. That means they are finding a place in which language they are asking help, they are getting advice, they are getting direction in the target language. And the task over here to reach the destination, the task over there is to learn the driving. But by doing driving by getting a proper destination in the target language, through that method we can learn the target language. And for this reason, this method is called task-based. Stop writing like this. That method is called task-based language teaching or learning. Actually here you see, that means here there will be a teacher. In this, if we see the background of this, that is, this is in 1996 there is a linguist, there was a linguist, his name is Willis. Willis drew the attention that such approach, that means in order to complete a task, if you are supposed to complete a task in the target language, that means you are not in the classroom, you are outside the classroom. The traditional method of teaching and learning second language is that we are getting education in classroom. Willis tried to get language learning out of the classroom, and for this reason every learner was assigned to complete a task. What is the task? Language driving. What is the task? To get to a fixed destination, and they are supposed to complete their task in a target language. So they will be successful in case of reaching the destination. They will be successful in case of their learning the driving, and simultaneously they will be tense-free. Tense-free, that means in the classroom, if you make mistakes, the teacher might review you, the negative motivation will be there, some other circumstances will be there. So it is commented that if the second language learners are supposed to get out of the classroom, they will be stress-free and they will be completing the task, and through the completing of the task, they will be learning the target language, and that is called task-based language teaching. Some other, that means real communication activities over there in this TBLT, and the target language for carrying out meaningful tasks promote learning. That means suppose you are asked to reach a destination with the help, suppose you are in USA or you are in a target language country, okay, so in which way? So you are not in the classroom, you are asked to go to a super shop and you have to buy some things, okay. First of all, you have to get to the super shop. That means what you will do, you are passing by and you have to ask someone else that how may I get to that super shop, Shop No Agora or something else. Though there is a possibility that such kind of super shop will not be available in the US, you can get Morrison or some other super shop. So you have to ask that question. First thing is that how may I get to that super shop? and then he or she will be giving direction in which language, in your target language. And after getting the target language, you will understand that yes, you have to go to the 3 blocks, then turn left, and you will see our garden over here, and next to the garden you will see the super shop. Okay, so after getting the instruction from the instructor or someone passerby, you will get to the super shop. And next what you have to do, that means you have to buy certain things. And in the super shop there are several rows are there. So you suppose you want to buy 5 things, and the 5 things are not in one shelf, they are in different shelves. So one shelf you can get this. So again you have to ask for the help of the super shop client or the super shop seller, you can say. And you can say, ask me, where may I get to sugar? Where may I get to pineapples? Where may I get to the cookies? Okay. Then again, the super shop man will be show you or see you that yeah, go over there, aisle number 75. You will see the cookies over there. And if you want to see the other things, then means apples or food item is will found out in the super shop. Okay. So after getting the instruction, if you can purchase this, that means you have completed a task in your target language. So meaningful communication is important in TBL. So communication is must. And next time, another, in case of the Malaysian communicative syllabus in 1987 and the Bangalore project, another one, Bharita and Device in 1985, and also Pruhu, another one. They came up with the syllabus because I have gave you the example that you have to complete a task. One task I have said, that is you have to go somewhere else or you have to purchase something else. So what is the definition of task in this method? Okay, in this method, one definition came up, that is purposeful activities and tasks on meaningful communication are the basic elements, and learners learn by interacting purposefully. Again, what do we do in the classroom? In the classroom, we naturally make a dialogue. Hello, how are you? Where did you go yesterday? Okay, what are you planning to do next day? Okay, but in case of TBLT, that means what you are asking, that is, there is a purpose on it. So you are trying to complete a task. So purposeful asking and getting information is the core unit of this TBLT, task-based language teaching. And in common sense, task in an activity or goal that is carried out using language. That means which language? Okay, that means finding solution to a puzzle. Suppose in newspaper you have to fix the puzzle. Reading a map, giving direction, assembling a toys. Such kind of activities will be assigned as the task. Task in which portion? Task in TBLT, task-based language teaching. Okay. So in such a way, Noonan in 1989 offers a definition. What is the task? It is a tiny in shape. Rather, I am reading out. The communicative task is a piece of classroom work which involves learner in comprehending, manipulating, producing or interacting in the target language, while their attention is principally focused on meaning rather than form. The task should also have a sense of completeness, being able to stand alone as a communicative act in its own right. So task in a common sense is an activity, and that activity is out of the classroom, and that activity or that goal you have to complete in the target language. So giving information or getting information from someone else outside the classroom, you are supposed to learn the language. So you are doing a task. You are not learning language. So by doing or completing a task, you are learning language in TBLT. Okay, and there are some other function over there, that is what will be the procedure. Okay, that means in case of the teachers' activities, they will design the task. That means always there will not be the same kind of task. Some other task will be assigned to you, and the teacher will be design the task and also target the guidance and communicative interaction, everything, and students will be getting the instruction from the teachers. They will involve in the action and they will complete the task, and after completing the task they will learn the language. So in every task there will be a pre-task, and also another thing will be that the planning of the task and also the completion of the task, and the successful completion of the task will determine that you are successful in completing the task, and at the same way you have learned the target language. Okay. And there are some theories in it. Okay, that is a learning theory. What is the theory over there in case of task-based language learning? This is basically, as we have said, that when you will be going out of the classroom, you will be stress-free. Okay. In this case, Stephen Krashen's that said that comprehensible input. Comprehensible input means whenever you will be doing some action, then you will be stress-free. That means you are not in the classroom, you are out of the classroom. So less stressful situation will help you to learn the target language easily. So we can connect to this TBLT, that is, can be compared with the monitor model of Stephen Krashen's. So there is a theoretical linkage between TBLT to monitor model, and for this reason we can say that it is an approach. So whenever theory will be there behind a method, that can be called approach. Okay, and here what would be the syllabus? Yeah, in this case we have also learned that in case of the Malaysia, in case of some other country, they designed a syllabus. There will be that language structure will be there, function will be there, topic and theme will be there, micro skill, that means you have to reading, writing, listening, speaking will be there, competencies will be there, text type and vocabulary target. So getting always the task will not be same. You have to keep in mind that through the task you have to teach the language, and for this reason the syllabus will be designed so that the language, reading, writing. Okay, suppose you have gone somewhere else. Okay, you may ask someone that, yes, how may I get this? Then someone say that, yes, go over there, you will see a notice over there. That means in that way you are supposed to ask for a reading. So whenever you will see the notice board, then you are supposed to read it. And whenever you will get the instruction, then you can say that, yes, that is listening will be there. And at the same time, when you are in a position that how can I get there? Is there any newspaper shop near here? Is there any mobile shop near here? So in such a way, speaking will also be exercised. So the syllabus will be targeted, will be designed in such a way that the modules all the modules, reading, writing, speaking, and everything should be done properly. That would be the syllabus of TBLT. And real world task. Writing, if you suppose no, you are assigned to a task. That means you are supposed to make communication with fill up form with 5 universities, or suppose you have to write to 5-star hotel in Bangladesh. You want to pass 3 days over here. So it is your task. That means what you are supposed to do. You want to go to Cox's Bazar and you want to stay 2 nights. Okay. So here you can write a letter. You can write a letter to the concerned 5-star hotel authorities. That means we are in a group. We are 10 members in a group, and in that we are supposed to stay over there to 9 to 10 October this month. Okay. So what would be the other facilities? So whenever you will be writing the text to the 5-star hotel authority, that your writing will be done. So for this reason, teacher will module the task. That means if the teacher is supposed to improve your listening, then the teacher can say that yes, it is your task. That means you have to communicate in 5 universities of USA. What is the admission procedure? Then you have to make a phone call. That means you have to communicate. What is your task? That means you have to communicate the university. So whenever you will be communicating through phone, then your listening will be improved. And even if you are supposed to, if your teacher is in a position that he or she is supposed to teach you writing, then he or she will be asking you the syllabus will be designed in such a way. Okay, that means some portion might be on the writing, some portion might be on phone call, and some portion will be the communication, face-to-face communication. That means speaking will also be done. Okay, so task may be, that means you have to communicate in real world. That means real world tasks, which are designed to practice or rehearse those tasks. Look here, it's blurred, but real world task will be there. Yes, okay. Which are designed to practice or rehearse those tasks that are found to be important in a needs analysis and turn out to be important and useful to the real world. What do we do in the classroom? Classroom, naturally, we are making some dialogue, we are doing some dialogue, but that are not the real one. But when I will be asking you, okay, go to the director and talk to the director about the procedure, how we can get waiver in this course. So if I say so to you, then you have to communicate in the real world, not in the classroom. But our target is you have to learn the second language. And in such a way, okay, there are some task type, not only the same categories of tasks. Diagram and formation. Naming the parts of a diagram with numbers, letters of the alphabet as instructed. So the teacher can show you, you have to study the diagram. Again, drawing, you can draw the picture, drawing geometrical features, formation from sets of verbal instruction, clock faces, positioning hands, so many of the portion anti-clockwise and the clockwise. Monthly calendar you can study, or you can put on. Okay, suppose if I ask you, okay, what you will be doing in next 5 days, write a note. That means tomorrow what you are supposed to do. Tomorrow you are assigned to do 5 activities, so you have to write in 5 activities in English, and then day after tomorrow what you are supposed to do, you have to. So monthly calendar, preparing monthly calendar is a task. What is the task? That means you have to prepare the calendar of next 5 days, but you have to complete it in 30 minutes. So monthly calendar, and so maps. Maps you have also seen. That means study the maps. Okay. The day before yesterday, I was watching a movie that is 2012. Okay, that is a disaster movie. Okay, my 5-year-old daughter got up and showed the map, because he's shown the map of USA on atlas. Okay, so if you study that Bangladesh is in which continent? Okay. In Asia continent, how many countries are here? Okay. What is the smallest country? Okay. How I can get to from Bangladesh to Sikkim? Okay. So if we start the map, you will see the map. Map is in front of you. Okay. Suppose the action is that how I can get from Bangladesh to Sikkim. What does it mean? Good class. So here you have to make the direction that you have to do this, you have to do this, and this study map. That is also one kind of task. School timetable, yeah. School timetable you can also, just like the monthly calendar and program and itineraries. Itineraries means details about something, what to do, not to do, what are supposed to do in which time, programs and itineraries. Naturally, if you purchase the plane ticket, naturally you will see that itineraries. Okay, so these are the task type, and by doing such kind of activities, you can learn a language. And again, some other examples. Task. Decide whether you can go abroad on based on an advantage mind. Booking a flight. If you make a phone call to any number, then they will ask you that if you want to hear in Bengali language, press 1. If you want to hear in English language, press 2. Then you have to press 2, and you can contact to the US Bangla Airlines or Bangladesh Viman that how may I purchase a ticket? May I pay by cash or may I pay by credit card or something like that. That means you are supposed to book a flight. That is your task. But what in which you are doing? You are doing in target language. And also booking a hotel. Choosing a hotel and booking a room, same things that we have talked earlier. Applying to a university, another kind of task. Okay, applying to a university. In this regard, that means you have, if you want to apply to a university, then what you have to do? Corresponding with the department chair, you have to understand the rules and regulations. Then, inquiring about the financial support, whether you will be getting any waiver or not. Everything. What is the task? That means you want to get yourself admitted into a university. In that regard, you have to contact with that person. You have to contact with the chair. You have to contact with the financial director. You have to contact with the registry. So everything you have to, and selecting the courses you want. Okay, and are eligible to take. Okay, suppose you want to do masters in business communication. Suppose, for example, but what would be the criteria then? They would say, yeah, IELTS will be 7 brand. Okay, so you have to understand the criteria as well. Okay, and registering by phone, calculating and paying your fees. So this set of tasks, that set of tasks, all are the tasks, but you will be doing in the target language. And as I have said that every task will be done in the target language, and you are not in the classroom. So you are tense-free, you are stress-free. And for this reason, Noonan proposed this method, that is TBLT. And TBLT will be dealing with the aged second language learner, and that is linked to comprehensible input. So it is linked to second language learning, especially for the adult learners, and especially in a stress-free situation. And that is about the target TBLT. There are some other methods there. Amount of the types of the help, role of the teachers and learners, time allowed, and some other things. Okay, we will be, and here Willis 1996 proposes 6 task type built on the more or less traditional knowledge. She labels her task example as follows: listing, ordering or sorting, comparing, problem solving, sharing personal experience, creative task. Okay, everything. Okay, and here another writer, Pika, Carnegie, and Fallodon, 1993, classifies tasks according to the type of the interaction that occurs in the task accomplishment and give the following classification: jigsaw task. This involves learners coupling different pieces of information to form a whole. Okay, suppose the information are not in proper shape. You have to arrange the information. Okay, that is the one kind of task. Jigsaw. Information gap task. One information is missing over there. You have to find out the information. And also problem solving task. That means the puzzle or something else. Okay. And also the decision making task you can do. So opinion exchange task. That means you can put your opinion in the target language. And here the learner role, a number of specific roles of the learner are assumed in the current proposal of TBI. Some of this overlap with the general roles assumed for the learners in communicative language teaching, while the others are created by the focus on the task completion of the central activity here. So here teacher's role are there, learner's role are there, syllabus role is there, okay, and also there are the task will not only be from the students. Okay, in case of newspaper you can also have some task. In case of television you can have also some. In case of internet you will have some task. Okay, not only that means you will be booking a flight, you will be booking a room or like that. Yes. After 5 minutes, 2 minutes for reaction. So the procedure will be there, everything will be there. So let me conclude in such a way. TBLT is an approach, that is task-based language teaching. It is targeted to the adult second language learner. Here every learner is assigned to complete a task in the target language, not in the classroom. By completing the task, he or she will be learning the target language in a stress-free situation. That is very much common or similar to Stephen Krashen's monitor model. So theoretical underpinning will be there, and that is called TBLT.